Yeah.
I'll get a strike
Hello
for that.
there.
Oh my goodness. We're doing the thing again. Slight change in layout. Slight change in players.
I love that.
He's so
Xavier-
small.
Xavier's here as always.
It's Dr. Zero.
Oh, there.
Here, I'll put him even smaller down here. Real tiny. Maybe he'll just visit everyone. And just go into everyone's videos.
That sounds good to me.
I've got the stream in like the corner of my screen, so I didn't know that was Xavier. I thought you just found like a picture of like young Morpheus from Nature.
Morpheus. Yeah, from the creators of Young Sheldon.
Young Morpheus.
Oh, vile. Horrible. Anyway, hello everyone. Oh gosh, I haven't done this in a hot minute. My name is Logan, or NeverSayDice on the internet. I am a D&D writer, editor, creator, streamer,
Gamer.
And here we're back at what?
Nothing.
Unite?
Gamers Unite.
Oh.
Continue.
All right. So we are back at it again for 2022, the inaugural 2022 session. We started streaming, oh god, way too long ago. 2020.
It's been
a long time, but we are very excited to keep doing this now. Sadly, Xavier could not be with us today because car trouble. Maybe he'll join, depending on what works out, but he'll be here in spirit. And actually, Jacob, look out behind you.
Ah.
He's quick.
yeah, that's the thing that you want to hear in a house by yourself.
Look out behind you.
I love that for me.
You're welcome.
In front of you.
Jacob, what's that in your mouth?
Oh no.
Wait, Jacob, open your mouth again. Well, let me
Screen cap it. Screen cap
Did you miss us, guys?
I'm trying to put
Is this
Xavier.
for the kind of shit you wanted to hear? The kind of shit you want to see?
You sick fucks.
I don't miss anything. This is not great.
Oh jeez, I can't grab Xavier anymore. He's too small.
Oh no.
That's
Alright.
a phrase you probably shouldn't have released on the internet.
Now Xavier's gonna go all Billy Joel and play some songs on Alan's keyboard. I love that Billy Joel song.
Yeah.
Then one goes,
Oh, what's up, Drew?
Billy Joel was not my lover.
that's
What is that? What?
Yeah.
Hey,
Billy
Drew.
Joel song, Billy G.
There's a Michael Jackson
Yeah.
song, Billy Joel.
Michael Jackson was not my lover.
Maybe this is what I'll do the whole stream, is just move Xavier's picture around on the layout and play I Spy. And just...
Yeah. That seems like a productive use of your time for sure.
Yeah.
How bizarre.
Anyway, as far as announcements go, I'm trying to do some revamping to use my website as sort of a catch-all for my stuff, so that way in future weeks all I have to say is, hey, I do these things, you can find out more about that on my website, and then I'm done. I don't have to list off links and do all that crap. So that'll kind of encapsulate a lot of what I will say, but I am still editing, I'm still writing stuff. I'm hoping I will have the first Sharn adventure published on the DMs Guild by the end of the month, in about a week. It is the basically this series I'm going to start, Sharn Knight serials of murder mysteries and criminal undertakings and all sorts of stuff in the Sharn Knights fashion of pulp drama and plot twists and eating coffee grounds off the floor of a car. So that's going to be out. They're going to be it's going to be fun just because it's a slight different take on typical D&D modules. It's going to be much more investigative and kind of some new interesting mechanical and layout things. I'm very excited for it. I have my Patreon. I spent way more time prepping for this stream right now today than I did writing my Patreon post today. So that will end up going up tomorrow, along with some revamping of old posts. Some old posts are going to start being made free on my Patreon, so you'll start getting some more some goodies to check out, and to encourage you to skip your Wendy's 4 for 4 this month and give it to me to do some D&D content.
Give it to me.
Give it to me so I can get a Wendy's 4 for 4. And also just so I can pay rent and see my family.
No, it's about the 4 for 4.
It's all about the 4.
Don't muddy the waters, Logan.
Along with
It's about
that,
the spicy chicken nuggets and other things. I've ordered a Wendy's 4 for 4. Don't you worry.
I'm a normal human person who has gone to Wendy's. Human
I don't
laugh,
trust
not
this
MP4.
guy. I don't know what about it, but I don't think he's ever had a Wendy's 4 for 4.
He's asking to actually eat it. Oh, 4 for 4. Suspect.
On top of that, I am professionally DMing again. I have so far run the first 2 of my Call of Cthulhu things. I'm not running one this week because it's taken me longer to get it up and running because there's a lot more to it than the others. There's a lot of maps and handouts I have to make for this one, so it's taken me a lot longer to do.
You should do them if you get a chance. They're fun.
They are fun.
Austin and I did one last week. It was a good time.
It was
Yeah,
a good time.
they survived.
It was terrifying.
Oh.
Yeah, Austin and I are pro gamers. We didn't die. Not even close.
Yeah, not
Maybe a little close.
but seeing your
There.
family, I don't
The
know.
secret is we ran away.
That
That
was
is the secret.
that's the tactic for Call of Cthulhu.
The secret was we were smart.
But those will end up going back live here in the next few weeks, once I get the next one prepped, and then the next one prepped, and then I'll start recycling them, playing through them again, honing them, doing more, all sorts of stuff. So just be on the lookout for that. YouTube, I have a YouTube channel. Go subscribe if you haven't. I post all of our VODs there, and I'm hoping that in the future I can do more with it. I think eventually I'm going to make it some kind of goal on my Patreon or on my Twitch to do more stuff with my YouTube, such as editing some of our VODs to be shorter, or just doing more clip compilations if we ever remember to actually clip anything during a session. But yeah, so I have a YouTube. Hopefully it'll be more active as get more followers and Twitch subscribers and things like that. What else am I doing? I have projects on the DMs Guild right now. Some cool one-shots, good for beginner DMs, and I've edited some projects on the DMs Guild. And actually, I realized in making my portfolio for my website that all of the projects that I've edited for the DMs Guild all have 5 stars. Now, I'm not going to say I can't take credit for it because the writers are amazing, but I'll take a little bit of credit for it.
Credit.
Were you the only one who reviewed
You know what? You can have a little bit of credit as a treat.
As a treat.
It's a treat.
Yeah.
So go check out some of those awesome adventures, especially the one that we did at Christmas time. Sure, segue now into our game. For the Christmas or holiday one-shot, we did an adventure by Shamar, and it's now out on the DMs Guild. It was a lot of fun. It went exactly as I thought it would, in the fact that we played maybe a quarter of the entire adventure that was meant to be a one-shot, just because I know how we all are. But it was loads of fun. People got to wear custom PJs. People got to talk about their backstories, shed a few tears, and cheat at games and win stuff. You got to throw a kid.
Oh yeah, you did do that.
Casimir went on a
I
sugar
wouldn't go
high.
around. I wouldn't go around saying that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, what's up? I throw kids. Here's my card.
Here's my card. Professional kid thrower. I'll come over to your house and toss
officer,
your
he
kids
did
in
it.
there.
I'd brand it as child aerial transport if I were you.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I can make him fly.
that's not like I'm gonna give him drugs. I can make him fly.
fly, kid?
You wanna fly, kid? You wouldn't know anything about that, Carson.
God no. I passed dare. I'm a good boy. Who
guys ever
in
sing
no
the
way
Dare song?
needs to inundate myself against the horrors of the world. No sir, I deal with that normal. I take it on the chin like a red-blooded American. I eat a big old
Laying it on, you're
steak.
laying it on a little thick. We believed you.
I
Now you're
drink
making it.
some whiskey, and then I
Down to 4 for 4?
Yeah,
Pound
And
of
then
spicy chicken nugget.
I sit and watch Last Man Standing with my wife.
Yeah, DARE. Drugs are
Really
really
excellent.
Egregious.
That doesn't start. Does it start with an E?
Does
I
it?
don't-
Egregious?
Does,
Yes.
does it start with an E?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Wow,
I don't know how to spell, but I think it does.
that's crazy.
Man, we're idiots.
Wow, you guys are getting a lot today. You're getting the goofs and the gaffs, and you're learning some.
It's because it's
Do
spelled.
you like learning? You should
With the
go to
E.
subscribe to Patreon/NeverSayDice, where you can learn some cool D&D stuff every day.
And
I don't-
spelling.
I don't love this. I don't love this. We could just not instead. That
All
would
right,
be fine.
then Travis, take us to our intro video.
Yes, sourpuss.
Yeah.
Quick. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Molto bene.
So bene, truly.
Oh my god.
Why are we here?
The
If
suffer.
only just to suffer.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. Thank you for
From our
anyone.
totally normal intro.
Yeah, thank you for anyone who has stayed that whole time. Oh, jeez.
Gained a viewer for last time I was looking.
Let's
No
go.
way. Why? Why are you here?
That person now. Well, I guess on my phone. That's fine.
You're an individual of taste.
Oh, I meant to, cause didn't you guys get a +1 to ability scores for Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant to get that before the session, so your stats might be a little
It's okay.
out
It's
of
okay.
sync, but yeah, that's okay. We'll fix it after.
It'll be alright.
So a quick recap. Last time we played, almost a month ago, a little over a month ago. It was our holiday session, where just prior you had defeated some extremist duergar. Duergar. Jurgar. Duergar aboard the Easthaven ferry. One of them spouting some kind of extremist rhetoric about taking over Icewind Dale and all sorts of stuff. The seemingly leader, Sunblight apparently was the name, fled, escaped. However, capturing one of the remaining duergar and killing the rest. You took them aboard the Easthaven ferry to eventually question them when they come to, while also searching the Easthaven ferry for anything of note that they had with them, which they had a bunch of stolen stuff from the town and also a map that leads to potentially where they came from and other points of interest around 10 towns. Your search and wait as this duergar came to was interrupted by a strange excursion aboard the Fey Express. You donned illusory but somewhat real PJs, notably Casimir wearing Minions onesie.
You got it.
I'd like to forget that happened.
Me too.
And yet you won't.
Never will. Putting on some sweet pajamas, meeting all sorts of interesting Fey creatures. You boarded the stagecoach being pulled by this crazy dragon creature, and you played games. You ate cookies and candied apples and threw children, and also participated in sort of the whole event of the Fey Express, which is to whatever entity owns the Fey Express, whatever the purpose was, that he was or they were collecting information about your homes, and specifically your favorite thing about your homes. So we had a nice time of Jacob. How sweet. We had a very lovely time of getting people's sort of backstories about their homes, what they enjoyed most about their homes, and really kind of reflect on some of the things that even the party doesn't know about each other. However, Louis, not really knowing too much about your home, other than your general store / ski resort / sex shop in Icewind Dale, you found that your full name had already been written on a previous parchment in the Fey Express, so you had been there before. And even more than that, some of the people even recognized you a bit, kind of exchanging odd looks with you, like, they kind of recognized you. But eventually, as the night wore on, the stagecoach, the Fey Express, had a bit of an accident, crashing into the crossing that they were supposed to go through. You fended off from some evil Fey invaders, but at that point, it all starts to get a little bit hazy, because Fey magic tends to have that effect on people. And so you all have sort of a spotty memory of everything that happened. Unsure if it actually even happened at all. But you wake up sitting in the seats on the deck of the Easthaven ferry. You look at each other for a second. You look down. Your PJs are gone. Any semblance of a sugar rush and things like that have long since faded. You're not sure how much time has passed, because Icewind Dale and the sun and moon and aurora mess. But you imagine that enough time has passed as before you can even exchange words, you hear some broken dwarven curses coming from inside the cabin of the ferry, as your duergar captive seems to have come to. And now you guys can do what you will.
And judge that only a minute has gone by.
Was that real?
I suppose so.
We all had the same dream, yes? That's what I'm getting from this.
Sure. That sounds, why not? I mean, what kind of dreams do y'all have? Because, mine was pretty good.
I shake my head as if to get water out from within your ears, I kind of rouse myself, and I walk inside the cabin towards where the dwarvish noises are coming from.
I will follow.
I suddenly feel like I've been violated somehow. I'll go inside too.
Oh, this is amazing.
Kind of rude, to be honest, but that's fine. I'll go ahead after you.
So you each head back into the cabin, and a couple notes as you do, start taking a couple steps. After a very long, tough battle with those duergar, you all feel surprisingly spry, and so that those long rest benefits that you had received at the beginning of the holiday session, that's still in effect. You're still healthy, besides whatever you may have spent along the last journey on the Fey Express. Additionally, Ventus, you notice as you get up and people are talking about it being a dream, you're very aware that it was not a dream because you still have the wands that you won. Everyone, you have a little token from the trip that seems almost magical but not activated. You each have like little trinkets and things from that journey still on you, and so it starts to set in like, oh no, that happened. Ugh. However weird that may be. But who speaks Dwarvish?
Oh no. Not I, said the fly.
Oh, I do.
Who speaks Undercommon?
Not
I do.
said the fly.
So Louis is the translator.
Literally our only point of contact.
I'm literally a dwarf, so like.
Hey, it's your cousin Roman.
Yeah. How does the dwarf look when we? I mean, he's obviously probably pissed and like scared. Or is he heavily wounded?
Wounded, but not actively dying or anything. You imagine that, quick bonk to the head would knock them out again. But they're not letting that stop them from yelling all sorts of expletives in Dwarven and Undercommon. And especially as you guys enter, just spitting and yelling.
I reach from a ways away, and I kind of grab what hair is on their head, and I grab my canteen and just tip their head back and give them a little water. Yeah, all right. Can anybody speak to him?
Hey, yeah, I can.
Great. All right then, Louis. Looks like you're taking point for this one.
All right. Hey, how you doing?
Water running down their wiry white beard. Are you gonna speak in Dwarvish or Undercommon?
Oh. I'm gonna speak in Undercommon. No. I'm gonna do it in Dwarvish because it'll mean that I can still make them think that they got a one-upper on me.
It just sounds like a really thick Appalachian hillbilly accent.
Yes. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, dang, oh boy. Yeah, it's just Boomhauer.
I guess
I'll tell you what.
I guess it depends on which part of Boone you're talking about, because some of the boonies will speak real slow, and some will just be like,
Bumfuck.
You're a
I'm
bumfuck.
from Watauga County.
Rip Watauga. So you say hello.
Say howdy. Hi, how you doing, neighbor?
Hello.
They look up at you. Howdy.
Yay!
And,
Yay!
Amazing.
I'll just say, what are we're trying to get the information out of them, right? Just about everything. Like,
But they've been stealing. They've been stealing stuff from the townspeople.
That's right. Good old Mondays. I just turn to him and say, "Mondays, am I right?"
Amazing.
No. You know, we heard you were stealing from town.
You
came to check
referencing
it out.
fucking Garfield.
Yeah.
So wait, what's your question?
Oh yeah, my question, I guess, is what is
I
my
believe
question?
it was Mondays, huh? The question mark tacked on there at the end.
Did you just ask him about Mondays?
Uh,
Ask him why they're stealing from the
Yeah.
townspeople.
Okay, yeah. I'll just say, hey, you know, we just came to check you out, and why you're stealing from the town exactly?
Gotta eat.
Gotta eat. You could have just talked to him about that. I don't know if you need to be stealing from him.
And they just
Is that-
sit there and like look away.
Oh, they just look away.
Yep.
All right. What they been stealing again?
Supplies and things.
Oh,
food
just
and
supplies
stuff.
and things. I mean, of course. Are you stealing it for somebody? Or you just stealing it for you?
Gotta eat.
Oh, you gotta eat. You gotta eat.
Ask him about that sunblight fellow.
Oh yeah.
Ask him about the ferry.
Oh yeah. I'm sure you can hear both their questions, but you know anything about this frozen fairy?
No.
No. All right. Are you lying to me?
No.
Okay. Do I think they're lying to me? I don't know. I'm not. Is that-
You don't necessarily think that they're lying, but they're tight-lipped, and they will continue to be tight-lipped.
Okay. All right. Look, sir, you are tied down, and I'm used to this kind of situation. All right. So I just want to let you know that anything you need to get comfortable, I can provide. I just
I'm a
need-
lady.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And you look at this dwarf with big bushy white eyebrows, long wiry white hair and beard. Looks like all the other dwarves. Just says, I'm a lady. In Dwarvish to you, Louis.
And I'll say, ma'am, that there explains your beauty. I just did not see it originally. I was blinded by the fact that that you were kind of, tight-lipped with me, and I was dumbfounded. I'm so sorry. But a lady doesn't need to eat. Do you want anything? Do you want food? Water?
No.
No? Alright. That sounds good. Well, if you don't mind, until you tell us otherwise, I just kind of need to... I feel like we need to have a little bit more open communication. So what can be provided to have that happen?
And she just looks away and doesn't say anything.
I had also heard about this thing, Sunbright, Sunflight, All Might. I don't remember what the thing.
Easthaven smash!
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sunblight.
Oh, Sunblight. So you
Yeah.
have. Oh, okay. What was that about? Do you know? I've been hearing about it. Somebody I think I heard y'all say something about somebody will have it stay. And I just didn't know much about that, to be honest.
And you see like a little grin creep up underneath her big bushy white mustache. And she says, "It was Dearth who you let escape."
Dearth? Dearth
Yes.
is Sunblight?
He's the son of Sunblight.
Oh, it's a son of Sunblight. Well, dang. We the son
Sunblight
of Sunblight?
Junior.
We had Sunny Sun in here.
He's only half the leader that the Sunblight is. Zardarok's Sunblight.
Zardarok. What makes Zardarok so cool of a leader?
And you see that there's a wave of understanding on her face that she has said too much, and then kind of retreats back into that like quiet, looks away.
Oh, well, dang. I was just hoping to understand more because these fuckers over here are the ones who really tied you up. I'm just trying to understand a little bit more about what's happening, you know? Hey, if you can, like, if this guy's such a great leader, I'll leave this fuckers, kill him, and we can leave, you know? They don't understand a fucking word I'm saying.
What is he saying? I wish I understood what.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Incredible.
Dwarven conversations take forever, huh?
Seems to be a very slow language.
Yeah.
There's a moment. She looks at you, a dwarf, darker complexion, but of course different. Not duergar, not a typical looking dwarf. So she kind of grinds her teeth for a second and eventually asks in Undercommon, "Are you from the Underdark as well?"
I am actually, yeah. In Undercommon.
"How have you not heard of Zardarok Sunblight?"
It's been a number of years. I honestly, you see these little things right here? A Fey fucked me over. And my brain's a little, you know?
They're speaking something different now. What is it?
Jesus Christ.
What is sophisticated language?
She says, "Well, when the day comes, you would be smart to bend the knee to Zardarok."
Can I bend my knee earlier? Like, is there a appointed day I can
He'll
go
come
over?
to you. He'll have Icewind Dale soon enough.
Is he like one of those doorbell ringing types that just comes door to door and preaches his word, or like
Oh, not quite.
how is he gonna come? Is he gonna come with like a ring of angels or something? Like, are Azamar gonna come around him, or like?
Do you know what Chardalin is?
Chardalin?
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know how to spell that or nothing. So like, I'm sure it's some kind of significance. I mean, my brain is all kind of wishy-washy. I don't know what that is. Chardalin?
Let's say it'll be the key to it all. But Your time will come.
Okay. All right, my time will come. I like that. I like that. Okay. So again, the whole like my time will come thing. Uh, I'm real stuck on this whole like time will come. Is it like noon? Is there like a certain place where I can meet to come by, and is there some kind of thing I can give you to help?
And didn't you like kind of like hog tie her to some capacity, or how did you have her tied up?
I'm a super
Kind of hog tie. She just lets her head like drop down to the floor, light thud against the wood of the cabin floor. She just lets out a sigh and says, "Oh, it won't matter.
It won't matter.
He'll find you."
He'll find me.
Yes.
Will he find us all, or is it just like just the dwarves?
Nope. Icewind Dale.
Icewind Dale. I'll kind of check her temperature real quick, or not her temperature, but like her like neck to make sure that she's not just like swallowing some kind of. I'm gonna make sure that
she's she's not doing anything sketchy. She's just really resigned, and
okay.
Because there's this belief that like she's just like they're.
I'm gonna kind of lay down beside her with my head like this, right? And kind of put my arm on my side and kind of have my leg up, you know, just like the normal like lounging.
Sure.
I'm just gonna be like, well, is this a more comfortable position? If it don't matter, like, why are you still like, what's so great about it? Like, why is the time gonna come for all of us? You know what I mean?
What are you going to do with me?
What am I gonna do with you? You know, that's a good question. I'm mostly just trying to figure out. Town's kind of been suffering, you know. And if everybody got to eat, but then we all got to prepare for the sunblight. I'm mostly just trying to figure out our next steps, you know. Can't really just be like, you know, y'all stealing and then like. I also can't just be like. I don't know, if I'm gonna release you, I gotta have some kind of reason, you know? You gotta give me something. I can make up a reason if you want me to. Will that help me find Mr. Sunblight? To hang out with him?
She switches back to Dwarvish. Fine. She just lays her head back down. Clearly just, she doesn't want to talk.
Okay. Well, if you decide to change your mind, I'm gonna produce a good berry or a bunch of good berries. How many good berries do I get? I get 10, right? Yeah. I'm gonna produce some good berries, and I'll just be like, ma'am, here's a bit of berry. These things are pretty delicious as far as I'm understanding. If you decide that you want to talk to me some more, I'll be around. I don't know. We're kind of trying to figure out things, you know. But if you decide to give me some kind of lead that would help me, I can leave these fuckers and we can just go on our merry way. But you telling me that like my time's gonna come and he's gonna find me, that sounds like a real good way for me to have no information one way or another to help, you know? Because I'm not gonna leave these people who are helping me for people who are just gonna tell me that one day the sun will rise, you know?
The rest of you notice that as Louis is speaking in other languages, that this duergar that's laying on the ground is clearly not listening and is just like, and just not responding in any way.
Louis, I think that whatever you're saying is falling on deaf ears.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe another time, ma'am.
What are we gonna do?
Well, maybe maybe if we turn her into the town, maybe this will, I don't know, the heat will go off of whatever wizards they're trying to execute, right? If they know that one of their problems is being caused by a definitive source instead of speculation.
I kind of doubt it, to be honest. She ain't gonna talk to him much, and
Well, evidence is not something that this town allegedly requires.
Yeah, if they get someone who's been giving them trouble, they're gonna string her up. Or something of the like.
This is true. Well, these people attacked the duergar attacked us. Do we just let her go?
I don't know.
We're not really in a position to keep prisoners.
yeah, it's not really something I want to be doing.
I mean, the other one already got away, so it's not like they don't know about us.
That's true.
I mean, I'm not above doing what needs doing, but killing's in cold blood. I don't like it.
But what if I do? Doesn't sit right with me to kill an unarmed prisoner.
Well, I'd rather let her go and then suffer the consequences later than have that on my conscience. So.
Yeah, cause I mean, we can let her go. I ain't too terribly worried about it. Although, like, realistically, like, she ain't know much more than about us before or now than she did before, really, right?
Yes.
Let's make sure we've collected everything we need, material and information from the ferry. Then I suggest we cut her bonds, tell her to count to some big number, and then leave.
We have to do all that. Just let her. Just tell her to go.
I mean, there's no guarantee, but I don't particularly want to be followed out of here.
Yeah, I certainly agree. Well, I mean, like, does it matter if she follow us?
Not particularly.
What's she gonna do? Try to kill us? I mean, I'm gonna turn to her again. I'm gonna say, ma'am, I know you understand common. And we ain't too terribly far from you. Where would you like to be released? If we're releasing you, you know?
She looks at you, so she heard you. But in Dwarvish, she says, "What in the same hell are you saying?"
I'm saying we might be releasing you. I'm trying to figure out where you want to be released.
Do you repeat it in Dwarvish?
I do, yeah.
It becomes apparent that she does not know common.
She doesn't know common?
Dirth
That's
did.
crazy.
The bigger leader dude did, but she does not.
That's absolutely crazy.
What you want to be done with her, where she wants to go?
Yeah.
She kind of looks up, and Dwarvish says, You're letting me go?
I mean, realistically, I really do want to know more about this sunlight, dude. And if releasing you at the end of it is gonna give you a good favor, like we really are gonna release you. If that's what you want. I ain't trying to kill you. We really do want to just make sure that we just don't want people to get hurt, and that includes you. You know.
Make a persuasion check.
Sure.
Unless you're lying, then make a deception check.
I ain't trying to kill her, personally. Not yet.
A blade plunges.
You said a perception or a persuasion check,
Yeah.
rather? Isn't it crazy? My persuasion is lower than my perception.
With my knife.
That's gonna be a 20, or sorry, 16.
Just like a 95 is whatever.
Yeah.
Some
next
big
level,
number.
Next level, it'll be a 21. But
That sounded like a duck.
We did.
It's a fun little sound.
I wish I could drink. Sad.
Yeah, fair.
Sad noises. Sad, sober noises.
Soon enough.
There's kind of a pause. There's a long silence. And then eventually she, back in Undercommon, says, Zardorak is our leader. He runs our clan. And our fortress, his fortress that he built, it has a forge. Legend has it that the Sunblight's forge. And you see that there's a. At this point, you realize you kind of touched a nerve with being able to spare her life. And then also because you don't know anything about this, so she's starting to think you're a little. Not as dangerous as she thought. So she weighs her options for a second and eventually says, the Forge of Sunblight, it's powered by the heart of a red dragon. A still beating heart.
I'll say to her, that is impressive. How does one even get a heart of a red dragon? I mean, that's kind of crazy, you know?
He's going to use that forge to destroy 10 towns and take it for his clan.
Now, why in the world would he want to do that? You know, like destroy it. Why would he want to destroy it before he gets it? You know.
Start anew. Get rid of the filthy people that live here.
Now they are disgusting. But I truly don't. I mean, are you just gonna rebuild the houses as well? How does that even work?
That
Is
won't
there a
be of
better-
your concern.
Oh, okay. Cool. Not my concern. That is understandable. Yeah, for sure. However, I am just curious if there's a better place for you to settle instead of killing a bunch of people. You know what I mean? maybe anywhere else. Like where I came from, we had a city in the mountains. I didn't want to move into no town. I had to come here for don't remember why, but I came here. I like my little city.
Most of us are tired of the dark tunnels within the mountain. Icewind Dale, we can live on land and in the darkness. Thanks to
I lean
Auril.
over to Casimir and I say, I didn't know it takes this long in Dwarvish to say goodbye.
It's the Midwest goodbye.
Yeah. No.
It's truly a beautiful language.
Louis slaps his knees and says, "Well, I better be going."
I mean, thanks to Arl, so you like the fact that the area around here is dark. I mean, of course we do, but like, why does the ground like it better? I don't know, man. But what happens if the sun comes back? Won't that just be a nuisance?
You should. Let's wrap this up. I don't think that we're going to change her mind about the.
Sir, you do not understand Dwarvish. I will say in common to you, or undercommon. Now, if you don't mind shutting the fuck up, my long goodbye is actually having some information.
My long goodbye.
Yeah, I put a giant like clawed paw on Ventus's shoulder and just be like,
I know it looks like he's wasting time, but no. Our Louis, he knows what he's doing when he docks good.
Now that is a pretty rare occurrence. I do understand. Anyway, I'm sorry, ma'am. These fuckers were trying to talk to me some more. They got two brains between all of them, and I think I got one of them. So I don't know what the.
Such a beautiful language.
No, I'm pretty sure I've got both of them actually.
Yeah, 2 brain cells and they're both fences.
Me with the -1 intelligence.
My intelligence is neutral. I think. No, mine's 8. Mine's 8. Never mind.
I'm smarter than both of you. I have a 10. I can't read.
But
This is like a bunch of kindergartners arguing who's smarter than the rest. I'm just sitting here, a college graduate going like, it's all the same to me.
we are the average Joe. Thank you very much.
Hey,
Well,
I just
slightly,
don't know a lot about
slightly
the
less
outside
intelligent.
world.
Slightly less intelligent than the average Joe.
Jeff Foxworthy presents Who Are You the Smartest 5th Grader?
Yeah.
But I'll just say to her like, ma'am,
You might be a bugbear if.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
ma'am, okay, well, that is unfortunate. Do you know a better place I can go to that will not be destroyed after this whole thing's done? I'm looking for a home that ain't gonna be destroyed by you. That's what I'm trying to say.
She snorts a little bit of air, and then in Dwarvish says, "How would I know?" And then just relaxes again and kind of shuts down. And thank you, Drew, for the something happens because Casimir,
Mhm.
as this conversation has gone on and gone on and gone on, you start to kind of gauge how much time has passed, what's happened, what time it is, and you're on this boat that has technically just been squatted in and sort of at the edge of town. And there's just this sense of foreboding that you've been here too long.
I think we should leave.
Okay, sounds good to me.
We've been here too long. I think
Did we do a sweep of the ship?
Yeah, we
after-
did.
Found 'em.
Okay, cool.
What else?
Yeah, and we found, what was it, a book?
Yeah.
I was
we
gonna ask
found
what we found a book
The
that
Light
belongs
in
to.
the Dark, a sailor's
Yeah.
guide to religion. Moon and
We
Darkness.
also found a deed to something, right? It was like we found something that belonged to, I think, someone in town.
Yeah. I don't have anything about a deed, but I do have the book belonged to Captain Scython.
No, that's what it was. It wasn't a deed.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was just that book that belonged
Yeah.
to him, and he probably won it back.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna like take out like a skinning knife for a boning knife and begin cutting the dwarves' restraints. And as I'm doing so, yeah, I speak to Louis and I just say,
Louis, please tell them that while we have showed them this kindness, if we meet again on the battlefield, we will not show it to them a second time.
Ma'am, I know you're gonna kill us if you see us again, and just understand that respect is equaled on our side.
She just nods.
yeah. I finish cutting through and just pull the ropes away. I just kind of nod at this dwarf, and I sheathe my knife and step away.
She kind of like looks hesitantly at all of you standing nearby, making sure that you're not about to just.
Yeah. Yeah, we all do a little.
And as she walks over across the cabin to the door and reaches for the handle to open it, Louis and Casimir, you hear the creaking of the dock outside.
Okay, well that sounds like. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, I'm perspective. Oh, that sounds like we got some guests, ma'am. So if you don't mind exiting so that we might kill them before they try to kill us, that'd be great. Oh, also you might want to watch out. I don't know if they're gonna kill you.
Oh, maybe.
It could also be not a person.
Yeah, I was
who's
about to say,
gonna
we
kill us.
could also just be some townspeople.
I
We
walk
did
out.
make a commotion.
I look out the door.
I don't know that.
Scooby-Doo style.
Yes, Scooby-Doo style. She steps off to the side, kind of positions herself in the corner so as to just stay out of the way. And you can see at this point a silhouette very obviously attempting to move stealthily along the dock. You can see their silhouette kind of like crouched with a sword drawn. And Casimir, as you peek around the corner of the creaking open the door and look, you see a armored individual, very covered up, of course, due to the always inclement weather. However, you also notice that she's wearing over her armor this nice sort of tailored quilted coat and this very nice fur cap. And specifically on this tailored coat, you see the heraldry of Easthaven, the blue, red, and white field with a tower and a snowflake. You've seen similar heraldry on the town guards.
Oh, sorry. You're the one who saw it. Go ahead. Apologies.
Do we? Okay. So I recognize the heraldry. Do I recognize the person?
No, you have not seen them yet.
Do you see anything?
Someone wearing Easthaven heraldry.
They probably heard the commotion we did cause quite a stir.
They've got
Probably
their
should-
weapon drawn.
Should probably let them know that we're not up to anything bad, right?
Someone who's better at talking. Go ahead. I'll
I-
make the best first impressions.
I can do that. I've been
All
around the
yours,
towns
Gil.
before. And I guess I will step out onto the deck of the ship from the cabin.
Mm-hmm. And this person holds up their sword to you, and you see a seemingly human-looking woman. There's nothing, no tusked horns or anything obvious about her appearance, but a woman whose hair is kind of tucked underneath the fur cap, dark skin, dark eyes, and wearing all the garb of a guards person, except a little nicer, probably someone higher in ranking. And she points her sword at you as you step out onto the deck. She says, "Yes, stop right there. Who are you and what are you doing aboard the ferry?"
My name is Gil, and my companions and I were investigating the ferry to see if there was another way that we could possibly free it, see what was going on.
And are you responsible for the dead dwarves and blood on the dock?
We are. I've been around here before. I'm sure you recognize my name. Calling on that folk hero background.
Calling on that folk hero background. There's, yes, quite a lot of good work, and most recently dealt with that, serial killer, right?
That was us, yes. We came to investigate the ferry, and we were set upon by dwarves unexpectedly, and we defended ourselves.
Invisible dwarves?
They were, at some point.
Oh.
Not
She kind of
anymore.
mumbles to herself and is like, "Oh, so rumors are true."
Might I ask what your name is? Since I have given you mine.
Sheathing her sword, she says, "I'm Captain Arlagath here in Easthaven. I command the town militia."
Ah, yes. I'm sorry. The outfit makes it hard for me to recognize you, but I know.
Are we all coming out of the ferry?
Yeah, we can head that way since.
And I'll have turned around and been like, it's like it's fine. It's fine. We're not being attacked again.
Cool.
Can I ask
Before we go out,
opposing
Oh, go ahead.
presence if we haven't seen a minotaur?
I'm sure you step out and she kind of like takes a step back.
And I'll just.
This is Norm. He's harmless.
Oh, all right.
yeah, before I step out, I'll just be like,
Louis,
Me.
if your friend there wants to live, it's probably best she either hides or tries to sneak out. Because that woman out there is going to kill her if given the chance.
I'll say in undercommon to the dwarf. I'll say, hey, maybe you should hide. I think this person's looking for dwarves. I might need to hide too.
ooh, it's the profiling.
Well, you and we're gonna hide. Does that sound good? Do you have the ability to hide us? I don't know.
She says in Dwarvish, says, "No, I already used my invisibility today."
Not there is what we call you are my cousin. All right, we are good friends, and
You
Hey.
you don't even know my name.
what is your name, ma'am?
Klaska.
Klaska. All right, now I know your name. You're my cousin, cousin Klaska.
Cousin Klaska.
I'm Darlene. I know her all my life.
So most of you step out, and almost immediately, she looks around, says, "Weren't there more of you? More?"
Oh yeah, this here is
We're just big.
no. There's me, huh? This is me and yeah, we were just over there. How you doing?
Good. So what happened here? Dwarves on the ferry?
Something.
Uh,
like that.
Yes, we were investigating around and we saw some footprints, and they were in the ferry. Hold up, and a scuffle ensued, and this is the aftermath.
Well, I guess. Thank you for taking it into your own hands. I'm glad everyone made it out okay.
At a certain point,
Mhm.
it's self-defense anyway, so.
It's true. Was actually I'm glad I ran into you. I was hoping I would see you tomorrow for the execution. I can speak to you then, but the world has a way of pushing folks together. And you see that she steps down onto the deck and takes a very casual seat on one of the benches and says, "I stopped by the town hall earlier, and I spoke with a mutual friend of ours. And you apparently gave him quite a talking to about our practices here in town. Is that so?"
Yes. We did.
Well, I know he said that you were wanting to speak with the town speaker, and that can be arranged, of course. I will say, I know it's an ugly business, and I understand your concerns. We all had the same concerns a year ago when this all started. But, and at this point, she's directing her attention more toward the clear outsiders, so who will be Ventus and Wynn. But still talking to the group of you, she says, for a while, the people of 10 towns in Icewind Dale, we worshipped the god of winter, Arl, Frostmaiden. Now, we don't know why she's put us under this everlasting winter. But she has. We've done what we can to appease her. Prayers, faith. And now we decided to try to appease her anger by making sacrifices. Now, the town speakers got together and decided sacrifices were the right move, but each town has different things to give. Some towns have more food, some towns have more people. Which was the case of Easthaven. Again, ugly business, but it was thought best for our town. People not go hungry. Now, I can't persuade you. But I will tell you that while you do have a good reputation in 10 towns, as of now, your names precede you. Some people take these sacrifices very seriously. It's a matter of faith. It's a matter of godliness. And if people, strangers, come into town and raise pitchforks and torches to these practices, it just won't sit well. Even if you do take care of the occasional serial killer and invisible dwarves. And you can tell that she still doesn't believe that. Like, oh, the fuck does that even mean, invisible dwarves? So, before you meet with the town speaker, how about, what if you do Easthaven a favor? Sort of show that you are here to help, and not here as people who just want to instill their own gods over the god of winter, or people who are just charlatans. We want to know you're here to help.
Are we helping the people, or are we helping the institutions?
That's not a bad question.
Because I will gladly help the people. But I will not help uphold a god that demands sacrifices that's not a god worth following. Not when they demand that you kill your neighbor. And continue to punish you anyway.
That's what faith is about. Even when things get rough, you still have to have faith. I'm not sure.
Faith gotten us in 2 years of darkness and cold.
And what happens if we give up now? What if tomorrow is the day? We have faith that tomorrow will be better, and when it's not, we have faith that the next day. That's all we have.
It's a long time to keep sacrificing your neighbors, ending their lives in hope that the god that you follow isn't cruel and playing a joke on you.
Most gods are.
At this point, I'll put my hand very gently on like Gil's probably arm, because you're a lot taller than me, and I'll just kind of give you a look like,
Hold his hand.
Your righteous indignation is well placed, and I am on your side. But let's hear her out first. What?
My apologies. I will step back from the conversation because obviously I'm quite passionate about the things that I believe.
What does the town of Easthaven require of us?
Some people have gone missing. We are not a large fishing town like many of the others, and particularly with how our edge of Loch Dinishir has frozen over, the water is not easy to navigate. But that also makes it a great place to make a living. Since no one else fishes there, the few fishers we do have in town sort of have the run of the place. Well, it wasn't too long ago, a few fishers went out and never came back. So we were hoping that could grab a boat and sail out there to find any sign of them.
Do you have any other information about it? Any suspicions of what fate might have befallen them, or is that all the information you can provide? It's all right if that is. I just was curious. Any rumors or things like that?
Yeah, so basically that is all she knows, because it was literally they went out for just your routine fishing trip and then just happened to not come back. She can point you in the direction that they would normally go fishing, but besides that, no one's heard anything out of the ordinary. And at this point, it is just a matter of going out there to see what's up, and they just don't have the time and manpower at the moment, especially mostly, almost entirely because of all of this wizard business that's been going on.
Was it the barkeep's book that we found in the ferry? Who owned the book?
It was the book's owner is also the owner of the ferry Scython. He was the sailor who currently owns the Easthaven ferry.
Okay.
And she says that if you decide to do this, you can basically just take a boat. There are plenty of boats that aren't being used. You'll just have to drag it across the ice to where there's water and set sail. So there's really no problem with securing any kind of transportation.
I think that it would be good if we did this for the people of Easthaven. What say you all?
Sure.
You have the support of the yak.
Excellent.
Having the fishes back means that the people get more food. More food means that their troubles are less troubles. Speaking of food, there are some supplies that seem to have been stolen on this ship by the dwarves in question.
We'd like to return them.
Food and the like. We would like to return them. It's quite a lot. It would take us a bit to move it, but now that you know that it is here, perhaps you could send some of your people to bring it.
She nods, says, yeah, of course, thank you. Well, I guess just thank you. And she starts to shake your hands, and when she gets to you, Gil, she kind of lingers. She says, don't get me wrong. I want there to be a better way. But when you live in a place like this, north, it's a bit harder for some to turn their back on the goddess of winter.
It is.
There's just something about it that it's just hard.
When something is the only thing you've ever known all your life, it is hard to turn away from it. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you are forced to. Sometimes you have to change. You seem like a good woman, with a good head on your shoulders. I don't think you are evil. I understand its desperation. But there is always a better way. There has to be.
She shakes your hand and kind of leaves it at that, kind of leaving her with that thought of just, there has to be. She says, and if you do this, and if you can bring back anything about those fishers, well, I'll turn the blind eye to your place in the lottery for now. And if you need a place to stay tonight, you have the captain's blessing to go stay at any of the inns.
What time is it?
She says, "Oh, it's actually you all, especially those nature-inclined folks, are even though you have been living in Icewind Dale 5 ever, it's still difficult sometimes to get an idea of what time of day it is. But you imagine that it's around evening. You've realized that it's been about 4 or 5 hours since your fight with all the duergar, and that kind of happened early afternoon, so it's about dinner time.
Does 10 Towns have clocks?
No.
So, we could head back, stay the night, and then get a boat and try to find these fishermen in the morning.
That would probably be good. A good night's rest, despite how spry we have felt. A good night's rest would be good, especially for clearing heads. And I just kind of like look down a second, just like, not bad.
Louis, your cousin, mumbles to you in Dwarvish. Am I still your cousin?
No, you can leave if you want to. I think
I can leave.
Yeah, you can leave if you want to.
And she kind of scarfs up, hat up, gloves. So basically, the moment that she gets all covered up, she looks like any other dwarf walking through Icewind Dale. And so she.
So now you're my sister.
And I'll just say, before she leaves, I'll just say, ma'am, I'm just letting you know that if anything happens, all right, you always have a safe place. Not even trying to flirt. Just you always have a safe place. If you wanna try to get out of any kind of situation, just let me know.
Make one more persuasion check for me.
Sure.
The sending note here. Sending her off.
14.
She kind of stops, and all of you, it almost turns into a little bit of a spectacle as like guards start to board the ferry to get the food. Captain Arlagath, she's looking around at the dwarven bodies, and she kind of eyes. Oh gosh, I just forgot her name. I had it here. Klaska. She kind of eyes her because she knows Klaska like looking at the dwarven bodies in kind of like a solemn way. And then Louis, you start speaking in Dwarvish to her, and so everyone kind of notices this exchange and a little bit of tension. And then Louis in Dwarvish, she'll say, she'll stop, and you can just see like the glint of her dark eyes underneath her hat. She says, "Thanks, cousin," and then hurries off into the streets and disappears out of sight. And that's where we'll take a little break.
At least a 20-minute goodbye.
Yeah, definitely.
All
right. You see, she turned around and they kept turning back. And,
Yeah, no, I'll see you because of
yeah, see you later. Wait, I'll see you at church on Sunday.
Yeah. See you.
Gotta say goodbye to all the aunts, all the
aunts,
uncles, all the nephews.
Gotta go kiss grandma on the cheek. Like, so that's where we'll take a little break. Xavier I think will be joining us at this point. And then we'll kind of fast forward through the evening, through the night.
Logan, it looks like he's been here all along.
Yeah, he's been there the whole time. What are you talking
He's
about?
been here the whole time.
Slightly surprised, slightly disgusted.
That sounds like Xavier.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. No, hold on.
Slightly small.
He's shrinking.
It's evil Xavier.
Dun dun dun.
Xavier was Arl the
Xavier.
Frostmaiden the whole time. That's horrifying. I hate that so much. Okay, so we'll be back in a few minutes and get Xavier in here, and we will start the first quest in Icewind Dale.
Oh, no way.
Kelvin's Cairn.
Kelvin's Cairn.
Kelvin's Cairn.
Yep.
Is the other place it shows.
The other
I know
place.
we recognize that, but the other place is not recognizable, but it's in the mountains somewhere in the south.
Yeah.
We should have asked her about that map, but it's okay. She probably wouldn't have told us anyway.
She definitely wasn't telling us anything, really.
Definitely wasn't. So you guys head back into town. Head over to the White Lady Inn. You garner rooms for the evening. Garner meals. And whatever else you need, whatever other supplies you might want to grab, extra warm clothes, whatever you can get also in town. And I know you guys have
Souvenir.
what?
A white lady souvenir.
A white lady, this little keychain. But just in case it ever adds up to anything, if I can have 1 gold piece from each of you for room and board and things for the evening. And then, along with that, yes.
It's a ninth of my life savings.
Well, you're at least taken care of until you need rooms and stuff tomorrow evening. But you guys tend to your things, sharpen your stuff, get ammunition if you need it. Basically, just get all geared up to head out in the morning. Is there anything in particular any of you want to do before then?
How's that retirement plan coming along, Casimir?
What's that?
How's that retirement plan coming along?
My assets have been somewhat reduced, I say, as I see one of my 9 gold coins being put into a bag.
My plan is to die before I get old. That's how it goes in the Icewind Dale.
Pretty much. I honestly didn't think I'd make it this far.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
I would before we leave. I'd like to ask some people in town or in the inn if they've heard anything about the fishermen or like any rumors surrounding their disappearances. If they've heard anything.
Yeah. Let me look up and see what I can give you. 'Cause there's nothing there, but I know there's stuff.
I'd just like to get some like fishing nets
Mhm.
in case we encounter any sort of aquatic-based enemy.
Don't worry, I have 2 fishing rods. I bought them earlier. I remember that from the session 0. I bought fishing rods.
No, but if we encounter some water-based baddies, maybe we wrap them up in a net and then
Wait.
they're easy pickings.
Why you gotta say baddies like that? I don't love that.
Some water-based
Maybe some-
baddies.
some
We got a
fucking-
water-based baddie right here.
Some
His name is
fucking
Win.
Easthaven baddies.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about the whole putting a net on someone and then what are you going to do after that?
Well, if they intended to attack us, we
I don't think it's anything illicit. It's Casimir we're talking about. We're not. It wasn't Louis' idea, so you know.
Wait
it's
a
probably
minute.
on the up and
Yeah.
up.
Now, Louis, I see you've also bought a net, and I'm.
No, he's
intrigued
wearing
as to
fish
why.
nets. He
I'm
was
gonna go ahead and
confused.
say that the difference is I would only do this with consent.
This is true.
So
That
I'm
was
just saying.
never. That was never in question. We know you're a respectful gent.
Okay, just making sure.
If not a little forward.
I want to go. Where can I buy wax?
At a general store.
What kind of wax
I'll
are we
go
talking
to
about
the
here?
general store.
That's fine. You can get some wax. That's okay.
Like enough for my whole body.
I can help you. I know some good stores.
We
Actually,
need to talk about supply. The thing called supply here. That's not. You're a big guy.
How much gold is?
Oh, hang on. We're going out in the water, right?
I mean, you'll have a boat.
Yeah, but like, it's like, like you wax like a canvas jacket kind of thing, make it a bit more water resistant.
And so you're
Be more water
going to
resistant and
wax your
insulated.
fur
Yeah,
like a surfboard.
yeah,
Yeah, you know.
Surfboard.
Bort.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Um,
once we come back.
So Jacob, to answer your question, there's a lot of here to look through, but to keep it short and sweet, you are able to find their names, and something that you start noticing a trend as you go around and start asking people is that Easthaven, it was founded by thieves. Like, literally, thieves who escaped the law and started a town out here. And so that's still sort of the case for some of the population. And so you learned that these 4 fishers, you learned their names, you learned that they were also once thieves, and they sort of banded up together to not necessarily have a monopoly on fishing, but to increase their chances of making some money. And
So
finding
they were
food.
all working like together.
Yeah.
After hearing about that, did anybody we talked to seem like they were happy that they were gone, or like a rival faction trying to get rid of them? Because they said they had like a little bit of like a monopoly on fish. Anybody from another town maybe would be like unhappy that they had access to all this fish.
Not particularly. You see that a few of the like shops and other bars and inns around here are hurting a little bit because of the lack of fish that they were bringing in. So no real like conflict like that.
Okay. That's all I wanted to ask, because I think this is going to be one of those things where we just need to get out there and look around.
Look, and remind me, I believe it was Ventus that got the starry book.
Yeah.
Ventus, do you have a moment? Do you mind if I check out that novella that you've picked up?
Oh, the book about the gods of sailing or whatever it was.
I don't know what it was, but it was very. It had stars on it, and it looked very pretty. It just looked be kind of interesting.
Yes.
Some light.
Okay, we
reading
do
on
need to
my side.
return it. We do need to return it. It belongs to the owner of the ferry, but I'm assuming we can return it after we've looked around.
Sure. And I just started skimming through it.
Okay. And I'll send you some stuff in a little bit, Xavier. Probably just after the session. So you spend the evening reading? Yes, awesome.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say before calling it an evening, Gil's just gonna go around town, talk to the people, help them out. If they need help lifting something, moving something, just be generally helpful, and do that personable thing of just like talking to everybody, and small town kind of people out kind of thing.
Most people are taken aback by someone helping so freely. They get like side eye you, and they're like, "What do you want? What do you want from me? Do I owe you anything?" Like really suspicious stuff.
Just the pleasure of your company, I guess.
That's so wholesome, but also kind of a Louis thing to say.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well, it's different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you start to take care of your reputation a little bit around town. Then yes, Norm, you spend the evening covering your body with wax. Louis, you spend the evening helping Norm cover his body with wax.
Hell yeah, I do.
Oh my god!
I am totally going to nonchalantly be flirting with Norm the whole time.
Anything with the pulse.
And I'm sure Norm has no idea.
Thank you. I didn't think it was soft fare here.
Oh no.
What campaign do you use?
Oh, I he gets a little flustered because he's just not used to someone not understanding. I use pretty much anything that you use, just the same.
Dove 3-in-1.
Oh God.
Dove 5-in-1. Toothbrush. It's toothpaste.
Yeah.
Conditioner, shampoo, deodorant, body wash.
Yeah, in Louis' home shower, there is either 30 bottles or 1 bottle.
There's
Nothing
30.
in between.
It's literally Louis is one of those people who's just like, all
Yeah.
right, so if I have
Face
this person
wash,
over,
body wash, toe wash.
if I have this kind of person over, then I need to have this kind of thing up. All right, cool.
Oh Jesus. So, spending.
Allspice flavor.
Louis cried when Pier 1 closed.
Oh man. That's
Don't worry, Pier 2 is coming.
Oh God. So, you guys spend the evening getting ready. Now, as the morning comes around, if you can call it even morning, you can almost watch as the sun slowly begins to rise. That bright, radiant aurora shoots across the sky, and then the sun just stops in its tracks and then settles back down to the horizon. Eventually getting your stuff together, eating your breakfast, heading out to the coastline to acquire a boat. Does anyone have proficiency with water vehicles?
Nope. Got land vehicles covered though.
Ooh, yeah, that's out of my depth, Chief.
So, what that means is that rather than having one big boat for all of you, you'll have to have 2 smaller boats. Each one can hold up to 4 people.
Are these like rowing boats or like they've got sails?
Yeah, they're little rowboats.
Sail.
Okay.
What if I just swam?
I don't think you can swim that far. I
Excuse me? I stand up, pick up my trident.
You can pick up your trident. I don't think you can swim that far or as fast as a boat. Gotta say.
How far we gotta swim?
This is great.
I'm sure you're a very good swimmer, but
Keep going.
very cold in this water. Are you sure you want to deal with that? Because I guarantee you it's colder in the water than it is up on the boat.
Aren't you used to having servants that'll do this like a pushing kind of thing for you, like a?
It was really just an attempt for me to not have to do any manual labor. I mean, swimming would be a lot easier than rowing.
We assumed.
You're from the deep ocean, aren't you?
Yes, being cold is not really that big of a deal for me.
I don't know much about the deep ocean, but I do know water gets colder, so I imagine it might be similar for you.
So why don't we just, if you want to swim, I guess you can, but do we want to split up into the 2 different boats?
I was saying if I swim, would it be easier and you could all fit on one boat, or would you still need 2?
Probably still need 2, right?
Yeah, it can hold 4.
There would still be 5 of us.
And we got some big boys. We got 3 big boys.
That's
I
it.
gotta say. Go ahead.
So we need, how many people can row? Just 1? Or is it going to be like a...
You could do 1 or 2.
Okay,
It's not like
So
you're going to
we
be
just-
racing or anything at the for a search.
so, just for, size, let's see, we have 3 smaller people, and then 3 taller people. So I would say, no matter how we split this up, there's going to be one boat that's going to be rather full. So I think it probably would make sense for Gil, Norm, and Louis to go in one boat. Because Louis is the smallest of us. The largest in personality for sure.
I thank you.
And then Casimir, myself, and Win, if Win chooses to be in a boat.
Let's go, waxing buddy.
Alright.
And
Alright.
Casimir, I will, if you row, I will help you with some wind magic.
Fair enough.
Okay. So let me see.
And we get attacked on the boats.
Yeah, you get
As Logan
attacked.
prepares the map.
You get split up. No, I'm just making sure here. So Win, you are definitely going to swim. You can change your mind later. It's okay.
Help them row.
I'm just gonna let y'all know. Ain't much
Logan
help.
says, no, enter the water. It'll be fine.
So we'll say Win, Ventus, Casimir in boat 1. Then we've got Norm, Gil, Louis in boat 2.
Hello, eh?
Do you guys want to come up with whatever boat name? Because these boats already have names on the sides, but you get to come up with what it is.
What's the boat names?
It's up to you to decide. I'm not coming up with boat names. The boat
Ours
name
is called
Oh, go ahead.
North Star.
Classic.
We're the
Oh yeah.
northeast star.
What about Titanic?
That sounds like a good name.
No.
I ain't never heard of that before. To go
The
to college, so-
Hindenburg.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a powerful name, you know?
What about the Twin Towers?
Oh, no! No!
No.
Get out of here! What the? Put that in the compilation. Shame him. Everyone shame him. Someone clip that.
Too soon.
It's gonna come up when I'm applying for a doctorate, isn't it?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
send it to wherever you're going to grad school, so they know this is the kind of man you can expect to have at your university.
Oh no.
The missing
Not
fishers,
cool, bro.
their boat is called Bunch of Knuckleheads. Knuckleheads because
Drew, oof.
Nothing else, bro.
all right, moving right along. You split up into the North Star and the Northeast Star. The strongest folks, of course, being the rowers for the first time, or for the first little bit. And at this point, you start seeing basically the type of life these fisher folk live. They have to drag their boats however many dozens or hundreds of yards out to where there's actually water, and then go sit out on this icy water for hours, nearly freezing to death. And as you start to think that, Louis, you happen to kick some effectively supply bag underneath your seat, and whenever you open it up, there is a bottle of whiskey in there that's like half empty. The sailor method of keeping warm. But as you sail along for an hour or two, following the directions given to you by Captain Arlagath to the normal fishing spots of the Bunch of Knuckleheads boat, you eventually spot the sad, isolated rowboat floating, really just bobbing amid some ice floes along the coastline. Not really tethered to anything, it looks like, from this far out. And as you get closer, those of you with keen enough eyes can spot that carved along the side is the boat's name, Bunch of Knuckleheads. So you've at least found the spot where their boat last was. but no sign of people.
Anything floating in the water besides the ice floes? Anything suspicious?
Nothing floating amid the ice flows that are quite suspicious, but as you get closer to examine, you see that where the boat is floating in all these ice flows, it's not far from a cliff face that's sort of at the edge of the lake, maybe 80 to 100 feet high, that just really comes straight up from the shoreline. But along the cliffside, you see dark indentations of caves. 4 caves, to be exact. One of them is right at water level, but then the others are kind of higher up the cliff face, maybe 20 or 30 feet each. And as you make your way closer to the bunch of knuckleheads boat, you see that all of their stuff is still there. You see their fishing tackles, just dozens of empty beer bottles and liquor bottles, their sets of oars, and just all of their stuff, but not them.
Even their like fishing rods and nets?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm thinking that maybe we should check out those caves first, because my first thought was that something dragged them into the water, but if that was the case, there would probably be more things in the water, right? Or things missing.
Yeah.
Can we see from where we're at? Is there any like visible damage to the boat, like claw marks up the side?
Make a perception check for me.
Gladly.
As the boat comes alive. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. I think that's a 10.
10. You don't see any suspicious damage. Normal damage of scraping up against ice flows, but no rake marks, crazy crashes, or gashes in the wood. But from this position on your boat, you do spot something across the lake, away from where the boats are. You see something flying. Looks like birds. You can see the shape of birds. But as they start to get a little bit closer, they're a strange shape for birds. You're not exactly sure what it is. But it's not a bird, but it is something flying.
Someone's up there.
Can you tell what it is?
It's flying, but don't look like no bird I've ever seen.
Is it like after he points it out? Does it like look any familiar? If it is, so it's just like winged.
Yeah.
Is all we can make out at this point. Is it like circling, like dead things?
No, it looks like it's flying in a line. Kind of in your general direction.
No use in fretting about it. We can't even see what it is. Let's go over this shore.
Yes. Let's do that.
So, finding a place to safely step onto some ice floes and on the coastline, using some different pitons and hammers and things, you're able to tie off your boat so you don't end up losing them and can get back. By the time that's done, I keep putting away the passive perceptions. I need those. Casimir, Wynn, and Louis. As you are tying off your respective boats and making sure that they're not going to float away, you notice that on the coastline and the ice nearby the bunch of knuckleheads boat, you see some strange scrape marks on the ice, and then you look closer and you see footprints on the ice where the fishers had dismounted from their boat and walked onto shore. And it looks like you can almost trace it partway just by looking at it. that through the ice and snow, they are walking toward that cave that's at about water level.
Well, I think we know where we need to go.
Let's just make sure we don't wind up like them.
They could be alive in there, right?
You're such an optimist. I love that about you.
Even compliments sound like insults sometimes. We should, let's go.
Yeah. I heft my pole arm and start leading the way.
Mm-hmm. And as you break from your boats to follow this icy coastline, you notice that those bird creatures have gotten closer and bigger. Except
How big are they?
It doesn't look like they're heading for you. It looks like they're heading for those caves along that cliff face. How big are they? Pretty big. And in fact, as you get a better look at their silhouette against the overcast sky, they have bird wings. They have bird legs. They have a human torso and head.
Oh, no.
And they spot this clump of 6 people dressed in their dark winter clothes walking along the ice, and you see that they curve away from their trajectory toward those cliff faces and start flying toward you all.
Fuck!
Louis, work your magic.
I'll kind of slick back my hair a little bit.
Oh, God.
I think we should go inside the cave. I think we should go. I don't think we should stay.
Yeah, no, I definitely start pacing out.
Louis
Don't
like,
worry, let me.
what's that thing where you like lick your pinky and index finger and do it on your eyebrow?
Oh, God.
So you guys make a break for it, and they do too, and start flying through the air even faster toward you. As you get within 60 feet of that cave entrance, if I could get all of you to make a wisdom saving throw against a charm effect. So if you have any kind of bonuses or things to that.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh, is there any
Very
good thing against
nice.
charm? Nope. All right, cool. Against a charm effect, you said?
Yes.
Kind of saving throw?
Wisdom.
I got a 15.
And I got an 18.
I died.
19.
16.
Ooh.
Nat
Also
17
16.
plus 2.
Nat 1.
There's always one.
Oh,
Yay!
this time, wow.
Yay! I can't wait to see where this goes.
Oh boy. I was just about to say, I'm gonna fire a screening shot out in their general direction to slow them down a little bit. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Look at those hot birds.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
You all, as you are trucking it along the through the snow and ice, it's almost comical as you in this kind of group in line, Casimir in the lead, rushing toward that cave entrance, that Norm takes a hard left toward the coastline, barreling toward the ice and water. And you all look in horror when you hear a splashing sound as Norm into the water. And those... That's why you wax yourself. And then those 2 harpies dive bomb onto Norm. And that's where... how long have we been streaming?
2 hours and 14 minutes.
A combat's gonna take a minute.
Yeah, and I got school at 5:30. Well, I gotta go.
Do you not have a 2-hour delay tomorrow?
Doesn't look like it.
Rest in peace.
Whoop, whoop.
So what we'll do...
As a friend.
is we will
Give
pick up.
another petition on change.org.
I'll get right on that.
So that's where we'll stop, and we'll pick up that combat next time. Oh, I didn't get to show off the little stinger I made to go into combat. Next
Do
time.
it.
Next time. No, next
Do it.
time.
We'll
I don't have a
start
map ready. We'll do it next time. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, Drew, for hanging out.
Yeah.
Thank you for chiming in with that oof.
Well deserved.
Well deserved oof. And the something happens. That kept
Not
them
well
from
deserved.
that kept them from getting scared by Captain Arlagath. Even though she was definitely outnumbered.
We could have taken.
You would have taken her, it would have been
We
fine.
could have taken her.
Thank you for the posture check, Alan, a long time ago. I did it off camera, but thank you again.
I sat up more straight than normal.
Yeah, straighter
And
than
then-
normal.
And then immediately went back down to slouching.
Thank you, Jacob, so much for all those gifted subs.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Now they are all subs.
Doing his part.
I'm doing my part.
Would you like to know more? I'm gonna watch that movie again.
Thank you to I was gonna do a thing for Patreon people. I want to start doing a thing. Oh, I have to save it till next time. I might start
Thing.
just a thing. It's like you know how NADPOD does that at the end of all of their episodes where they like
Oh,
run down a
yeah.
list. I want to do that for my patrons because that's very fun to me. I'm not that creative, so we'll see. But thank you to everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Drew. We finally got to some meat of the actual campaign.
Hooray! We aren't
Hooray.
just fucking around.
Oh man. But hopefully we'll be doing this next week. We're gonna be deciding our February schedule. Hopefully right after this,
Italian.
while I have everyone's attention.
Wow.
And so, hopefully I'll be having stuff up on my website where it can be in one-stop shop for all my stuff, and you can see when we're actually streaming and things like that. But I'll also put it up on my Twitch channel panels. And also, if you're part of the Discord, I'll announce it whenever we are going to go live. But besides that, if you're a subscriber and you want to be part of the Discord channel, you should be able to do !Discord, and you'll get a special invite into your Whispers inbox with a link to join the Discord. And then I will swoop in to join it. Did that work, Alan?
Where are my messages?
Upper right-hand corner.
No.
Well, probably.
Nice.
Alan, are you a subscriber? Yeah, you are.
Yeah? Is it because I'm already in it?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think they have a way to check that.
Yeah, it says it should. It should be doing that. Discord, thanks for subscribing. Whisper, permission to subscribers. I don't know, maybe it takes a minute.
Don't worry, we'll work
That
on
should
it.
work. We'll workshop it. We'll figure it out. We'll do it live. It's okay.
Workshop it.
We'll try hack channel. But thank you to everyone. And we will hopefully see you next week.
Yeah.
And then how do I turn this off? There we go.
Yeah.
Till
Dale.
next time.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
No.
January.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, cousin.